Welcome to today's financial news update from QuantByte.io. NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang expressed surprise over AMD's decision to give up 10% of its company through an agreement with OpenAI, describing it as a clever move. Corn prices have edged up by 1 to 1.5 cents so far today. Despite a morning dip in futures, contracts have regained lost ground and are now near their previous levels. Open interest has seen a significant increase, rising by 16,797 contracts yesterday. Soybean futures have experienced a rebound, with prices increasing by 2 to 3 cents on current morning trading and reaching as high as 2 to 4.25 cents the previous day. The CMDTY View national average cash bean price also rose by 4.25 cents, reaching $9.44 1 quarter. Soybeans prices rebounded slightly, increasing by 2.414 cents in nearbys. The national average cash bean price also rose by 4.25 cents to $9.44 1 quarter. Soy meal futures were mixed, with some contracts up and others down. The wheat market closed, with losses due to lack of buying activity. Prices fell by 5 to 6 cents for CBT soft red wheat and 3 to 4 cents for KCHRW futures. Cotton futures contracts closed lower by 68 to 71 points in the near term. Meanwhile, the US dollar index rebounded slightly to $98.312, while crude oil prices edged up by 36 cents per barrel. Additionally, a recent auction saw 633 bales sold at an average price of 60.70 cents per pound. U.S. stock market indices saw losses, with the S&P 500 falling 0.38%, Dow Jones dropping 0.2%, and NASDAQ 100 down 0.55%. Additionally, S&P futures declined by 0.37%. The US dollar index surged by plus 0.48% to a 1.5-week high after the Federal Reserve signaled continued hawkish stance on inflation. The dollar rallied in response to comments from Kansas City Fed President Jeff Schmid, who emphasized the need for sustained pressure against stubbornly high inflation. Crude oil prices, as measured by November WTI crude, CLX25, have risen by 1.68% to date, while gasoline prices, represented by November RBOB gasoline, RBX25, are up 0.99%. The increase in energy prices is linked to growing confidence in the economic outlook, which supports higher demand for oil and subsequently drives up crude prices. U.S. stock markets have shown moderate gains, with the S&P 500 rising by 0.36%, the Dow Jones Industrials increasing by 0.19%, and the NASDAQ 100 advancing by 0.57%. This indicates a broadly positive trend in U.S. equities. The U.S. dollar index has reached a 1.75-month high, increasing by plus 0.22% due to political uncertainty negatively impacting the euro and yen, favoring the dollar's gain. Meanwhile, rising stock markets have reduced investor demand for cash, tempering the dollar's further growth. The major U.S. stock market indices have shown positive growth, with the S&P 500 rising by 0.38%, the Dow Jones Industrials increasing by 0.2%, and the NASDAQ 100 gaining 0.55%. This trend is also reflected in the December E-mini futures contracts for both the S&P and NASDAQ indexes, which are up by 0.1% and a corresponding percentage respectively. Cotton prices have declined further, down by 20 to 30 points. This follows a close of nearbys down 68 to 71 points on the previous trading session. Additionally, the US dollar index has strengthened to $98.312, while crude oil has increased by 36 cents per barrel. Lean hog futures decreased by 47 cents to $1.27 across most contracts. Preliminary data showed a decline in open interest, down 2,904 contracts, indicating some long positions were liquidated. The USDA's national base hog price also dropped, falling 76 cents to $98.63. Live cattle futures rose by $1.05 to $1.22 across nearby, driven by higher prices. October live cattle deliveries remained non-existent for another session. Cash trade slowed this week, with only limited sales reported at around $230 in Iowa. Stay informed with quantbyte.io for the latest financial news.